Timo, can you take us through that last second goal there?
Yeah, it was, we didn't give up. It was a little bit of a scramble, and I was in the backside of net. We, gave it one more shot, Burnsy from the top, and then, got a bounce off the boards and just ripped it. And just barely time left. But I think as a team, we just didn't give up.
What does a win do? I know there's only 3 games left in the season, but what does a win like this do for you guys? Is there any carryover to the last 3 games, but also maybe in the off season as well?
Yeah, it's. I think it shows character from our team that even in those last games where we're out of the race, we still battle, we still compete, and like we showed tonight, we don't give up. And I think it shows some good signs, and we can definitely take stuff from a game like today and take that into the summer. We obviously have a lot of stuff to work on, but that feeling feels good. So we want more of that, and we're going to have plenty of time over summer to prepare for next season and make sure at this time of the year next year we're in a playoff spot, and we're there.
Shane?
Timo, Bob said that he's never seen the room as happy and joyful. I mean, when's the last time the room has been like this?
Well, it's been a while. We knew how important this game is for them, but also for us, especially the guys that have been around, that had the rivalry between those 2 teams, between us and Vegas. So I think it helped too that the core of this group has been in a situation where we're down against these guys, and we know the game's over when it's over. So I think that maturity of our core and the leadership we showed today that carried over.
And what can you say about Thomas Bordeleau in making a move like that? I mean, I think it's his 5th NHL game, maybe. Just the ice in his veins there. Yeah,
unbelievable. We've struggled in the shootout. So for him to come in, he's a very skilled player. And I think, he showed what kind of skill he has on that shootout goal. We're obviously really thrilled that he got that goal, and we ended up in a win. So I think it should give him a confidence boost, but also he showcases in the last games that he's played that he can play in this league. So I think for him, it's important that he takes that and going into summer as well.
Thank you, Timo.
Finish up with Corey.
Timo, I know you guys talked about like the rivalry and wanting to maybe knock Vegas out of the playoffs. I'm just wondering if anybody has heard from Joe Pavelski or any of your other friends on the other teams that were all sort of rooting for you guys to win tonight.
The boys got some texts. I think there was a lot of people cheering for us tonight, so that's obviously nice. And but I haven't checked my phone, so I'm sure there's a lot of people that are happy about it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Thomas, can you just describe the atmosphere tonight at T-Mobile Arena?
Yeah, I mean, it was electric. Like just during the warm-ups, music was bumping. Your boots were shaking almost in the locker room before, so it was definitely fun. It was they know how to put on a show here, and it was just first experience here, and I really liked it.
Have you ever been in anything like this?
I don't think so. No, I think this year with Michigan, Duel in the D was really loud, and the TD Garden during the Frozen Four was really loud too. But just here, it's Vegas, so it's obviously different.
And of course, I'd ask you about your shootout goal there. Just what was going through your mind? Why did you decide on that move?
Just comfortable with it. I've been doing it a lot of times. Only goalie that could stop it in the past couple of years was Portillo, and I don't have to go against him in practice anymore. So I'm just confident with that move, and I'm not used to a goalie that's the other hand or whatever. So I tried it out and worked.
Thanks, Thomas. Congratulations on your first goal, sort of.
Thank you,
Curtis.
Thomas, what do you take away from this experience? Last night you're going against Jonathan Toews the whole game. Tonight you're in basically a playoff top game for Vegas. What are you taking away from these experiences?
Can't allow any mistakes. You got to be dialed every single second you're on the ice, every shift, and as soon as you make a little mistake, they're coming right at your throat. So I think that's the biggest thing. Really, it's just kind of keeping it simple, just not overthinking it. Obviously I like to slow the game down and I like to make plays, but sometimes the play is just to be quick and execute right away.
Does it give you confidence that Bob sends you out there and, in the final minutes of, on that final minute there where you guys are trying to tie it up 6-on-5 and then sends you out there too on the shootout chance.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we went out there 6-on-5-2 against Chicago, and it didn't really work out. And I'm just happy he kind of gave us another chance to prove that we can get the job done. And obviously for the shootouts, I wasn't sure if I was going to go or not. And I was just happy that he trusted me with this.
Nick, Bob was just telling us that how calm you guys were with midway through the third period after they go up 4-2. Could you sense that you guys still felt that you could still turn the tide in your favor at that point?
Yeah, I mean, we've gone 15 games now where every game is 1-goal game in the third period, something like that. So we knew going into the third that there's a lot more pressure on them than there is on us. It's I wouldn't say a meaningless game for us, but we're out of the playoffs and we're just playing for pride. And I know a lot of guys in the room, have had battles with Vegas over the years. So we wanted to come out and do everything we can to try to get 2 points here.
What's led to your, recent success here? I guess I don't know if you want to call it that or not, but 2 goals tonight, a goal last night. I mean, what do you kind of attribute to us all to? I guess
I don't know, bounces maybe. I mean, I can't really explain the minuses I've got this year and the chances I've missed, the chances I've passed that could be assists that haven't gone in. It's the way the game goes. If the first 20 games of the year had gone a little different, I think. Obviously my stat line might be better, but I'm very happy with how I've played, especially the last 10, 20 games. Feels like I'm pretty strong. The line's playing great. Obviously playing with Cooch makes things easier because he's so responsible and he also is so smart offensively, and Neatsy been with him all year. One of the hardest workers I've played with and makes great plays. So getting some things to go in, those tips, that weren't going in the first 40 games of the year seem to be going in now. So that's always nice.
Thanks, Nick.
Sorry, Shane.
Hey, Nick, how much playoff game did this feel tonight?
Yeah, it was, it's tough to compare what just happened for us to winning a playoff game, but the emotion in the locker room from our side was, it was pretty awesome in that room right there. We've battled all year. We've had injuries. We've had a lot of guys come up. And like I said earlier, we've played really well for 15 games. We just haven't gotten results. We haven't been able to score. We couldn't get our goalies wins. And just for that to happen against one of the best teams in the league, regardless of if they're in the playoffs or not, they're a perennial contender every year. That's something we're excited about. We're proud of, and try to keep that momentum going into Anaheim on Tuesday.
What did you see from some of the young players in terms of how they handled the atmosphere tonight from a Thomas Bortolo or anybody else? Did you say anything to any of the younger players?
Not really. I mean, most of the younger guys have been here for a while. Obviously, Boards right out of college just stepped up there in a really tense situation and made just a really, really great move to win it. So it was tough to decide who to skate to initially there. I picked Rhymes just because he battled hard, but then everyone sprinted over to the pile to congratulate Boards. It was a great moment for him for sure.
Thank you, Nick.
Corey?
Nick, I know you've said before that you haven't had a whole lot of experience in this situation, like not playing to get into the playoffs, but just do you think this team is going to take anything from the way that you've played over the last 15 to 20 games into the offseason? Like, will any of this carry over to next year?
I hope so, certainly. It is demoralizing, losing, but I think it isn't when we're playing the right way. I think, when we go over video, it's really a lot of self-inflicted stuff for the most part. It's just decisions. I think compete level, when you have that, like we've had consistently all year, it is a positive, and it is something that, when you look at over the summer, it gives you some optimism moving forward for sure.
Bob, how does it feel to snap this losing streak to the Golden Knights, especially in this fashion?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you could draw it up any better. It's been a long time in this building, and been some close games, but that's a good hockey team over there, a desperate hockey team. We knew what we were facing tonight. And the way that we found a way to win. I mean, being down 2 goals and the two goalie pulls, 2 6-on-5s. What can you say? I mean, 0.9 seconds. Killing a penalty, a 4-on-3 in overtime, and then going to a shootout and having a kid, get in there and step up at that moment. I think it's just, it's a great story for us. And I know I've never seen the room as happy and as joyful. And, it's, at the end of the day, obviously we're disappointed not to be in the playoffs, but I'm most proud that these guys are really fighting hard for each other right to the end. And that, as a coach, it's all you can ask.
And what can you say about Timo Meier's leadership from, his declaration last night about how important this game was to, obviously scoring the tying goal there?
Yeah, I read the article this morning and, and he said all the right things. I think that, I think part of that is trying to get his teammates ready as well. And, Timo took a couple penalties tonight that, that weren't necessarily great penalties, but, he came up big when we needed him. And, I thought he stepped up and, and him and Tommy obviously connected on the first goal of the game as well. So the start was good. The key to this game, and I said it before the game, I said it, to the players, to the media, that first 20 minutes is so important in this building. You get down a couple goals, it's tough to climb out of the hole. And I thought our first period really helped us out.
And this might seem like a dumb question now, but I was going to ask you how you thought Thomas Bordeleau and other young players kind of dealt with sort of the playoff-like atmosphere, and obviously, ice in his veins on that, last shot there. But
yeah, it was impressive. I'll tell you, there's a lot of debate going on in the bench who was going to shoot next. I had Barabanov in mind or Bordeleau in mind, and we debated back and forth. And at the end of it, if it would have been to maybe tie the game, I might have went in a different direction because it's a lot of pressure to put on a kid, but to win it, he does have that, he's got that pizzazz to him, and he plays pretty comfortable out there. Not a lot rattles him to come into this building. And, he had some tough matchups tonight. He started some D zone draws and he got pinned in his own end by, their best line. And, I thought they performed pretty well. So good for him. You could see the skill, and you can't teach that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Bob.
Corey?
Bob, we asked you about Barabanov being a free agent over the past few days. Jacob Megna is also a free agent, and I'm just wondering, just a game like tonight, if that just sort of shows that he's kind of on the same level as like a guy that you would like to have back.
Oh, absolutely. I think, it's another great story of how Megs has battled the minors for years and been a captain down there and a leader to all the young guys, and, put his time in and never gave up. He's been, he's come up and he looks like he's played in this league for 10 years. And that's not just because of tonight's game. He has just been a rock for us back there. People don't know, how hard he's fought through injuries, playing hurt, playing injured almost for the whole second half of the season. The guy just wants it bad. And for me, a guy that there's absolutely 1000% he needs to be back here and he needs to be part of this team. And he's just a great guy. And he's very, very well liked.
You guys have had so many games this year where you couldn't score enough goals. And then James has a game like tonight where he gave up 4 goals, but I'm guessing you might think that was one of his better games.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't crazy about the second goal, but the way he battled back and made some saves throughout the third period to keep the game alive. Obviously, in overtime, and then in the shootout. I think that what can you say? I think it's just sort of recaps his year. I think, you look and see what kind of year he had, and he hasn't had a ton of goal support, and it was nice to be able to score some goals for him tonight. And it's just a gratifying win for everybody, but especially for Rhymes. I thought that, he was our best player.
Thank you.
Curtis?
Well, after Nick Waugh, scores for them, they were midway through the third period. What if anything is said on the bench at that point?
And actually tonight it was fairly calm because you're down 4-2 and all you could do is keep going. I think that we were comfortable with the game we were playing. I think that you're going to get pinned in. They're going to have their pushes. They're a high skilled team. So, but you know what? I think we've been in this situation so many times this year. I thought it was very settled. I thought that I thought that our best line all night was Cooch's line. And every time they went out there, they generated zone time, and we had a great start to the third period, and that's what I was happy about the most. We came out and we were the aggressor for the first 3 or 4 shifts, and even though they got up 4-2, I thought it was just a calm feeling.
Did you sense Vegas just getting a little tight maybe at the end, or how did you see things there?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Rhymes made some great saves. I mean, Stone was in alone. He stopped the breakaway there, and in final minutes overtime. I think that they threw everything they had at us. I think that. I think I maybe would have said that at the beginning of the third period. I thought we were the better team for the first 5 minutes, and I think that they might have been a little tight. I mean, it's a tough position they're in, and every single point matters. And I think that I just thought that we were a team that never quit tonight, and it took us 59 minutes and whatever it was, 50 seconds. 59 seconds. To get the goal we needed, but it was a fun game, and I know the guys are happy and enjoying themselves right now, and feel good about themselves.
How much can a win like this just help you guys push through these last 3 games here?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I said with 7 games to go in the dressing room to the guys, let's treat this like the first round of the playoffs. Obviously, we're not doing the real deal, but let's try and win 4 out of our next 7. And right now we're at 3. We're at 3-1, so we have a chance to accomplish a miniature goal that we set, and a goal that's important to us. We're playing with pride. We're playing together. We're playing for each other.